everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I am so glad that you stopped by. So I picked something up, as you can see from the title, that I actually did not think I was going to pick up. But when I got into store, I wound up going in store and shopping. I wanted the experience I needed to get out of my house. And then I touched the palette. Once you touch something and you fall in love, and there were a couple of people around it, and they had 3 left, and I was like, I missed out on the last one, and it wasn't that great of a palette from what I understood. But then seeing this and seeing the swatches and not trying it on my eyes, but swatching it and everything, I had to pick it up. Here it is. This, my friends, is the Moschino and Sephora collection, the laptop palette. And there's a lot of glare here, so I'm going to hold it off to the side slightly. Now let me explain what this is. Moschino is an extremely high-end clothing and accessory brand. And they have been collaborating for the last few years with Sephora, coming out with, I won't say an affordable makeup collection, because it's not affordable by any means, but they have become collector's items. Each year it's kind of a different theme, but bears seem to be the theme that continues on from year to year. So I decided to treat myself and pick this up. I still kind of stayed within the amount of money I wanted to spend. I gave up a couple of other things so I could get this. Now I can say about the packaging, I get the concept of why they did this packaging, but this is a $60 palette, and I do wish it could have been more. They could have put it in, like, you know how MacBooks come in like the slide out or the lift up? They could have done much more with the packaging and still have made it look like a laptop. This looks like a child's laptop that you would get in Walmart. So that aspect disappoints me. The palette, even though I have not tried it on my eyes, does not. Here's what the palette looks like. Again, I'm sorry for the reflection. I'm trying to do my best with that there. It really does look like a laptop. On the back, it just says laptop palette. I'm going to put my glasses on because I need to read this. It's also telling you the weight of the shadows. Now, there are different size shadows in here. So it says there are 25 shadows at 0.016 ounces. There are 4 shadows at 0.06 ounces and 1 shadow at 0.13 ounces. Now, I will say this. I'm used to seeing shadows listed in grams, so I did do the conversion. And I will tell you, you're not getting very much product as far as the amounts. In the smaller shadows here, you're only getting not even half a gram of product, where in regular standard patterns you're usually getting at least 1 gram, if not more, of product. So I think you're really paying for the name, the aesthetic, and the collector item part of it. I said, from what I swatched, these shadows seem to be spectacular. Now, speaking of spectacular, so is the mirror. I mean, I don't want to, like, hold on. I will blind you, but as you can see here, the mirror is absolutely huge, and it does stand up like a little laptop. So if you want to just put this on your desk or your vanity, whatever, you can do that and very nicely do your makeup. So I like that aesthetic. Now, if we flip it upside down, you can see the color story. It has a lot of neutrals and a lot of beautiful bright pops of color. In store, one of the Sephora cast members was comparing this to the Anastasia Riviera palette, and she was doing some side-by-side swatches, and I have to say there were quite a few similarities. So if you have that, you may not need this. I just needed this because of the absolute freaking cuteness of it. Now, I did not know this online, but see, this looks like the little mouse pad. This is actually a color switch. There is the color switch material in here that you can remove, wash out, let dry, and then stick back in. That, to me, is brilliance on another level, I have to tell you. There are no shadow names, so unfortunately I couldn't refer to it. I'm just going to be pointing to them as I do the eye look, and I have absolutely no idea what eye look I want to do. Oh, wait. Yes, Leanne, Yes, yes, there are shadow names on the plastic covering, which kind of just jumped off when I opened the palette. Believe it or not, this is the absolute first time that I'm even opened the palette. Oh my goodness, and the names are hysterical. There's even one shadow called, it's just the @ symbol. There's Escape, there's Refresh, Y2K, Artificial Intelligence. This is adorable. I am going to do swatches of all the colors for you. I will put a timestamp, hopefully I remember how to do that, down below so that if you do not want to see the swatches, you can certainly just fast forward to the tutorial. As far as the rose, I'm going to, since I can't hold it right side up because the mirror is so blinding, I am going from this way across. Now you are getting 30 shadows in this entire thing. Hopefully I can get this right. So the first one is bot. The second one is at, just the @ symbol. The third one here is watt. The next is system, zeta, firewall, Y2K, artificial intelligence, and the black is matrix. I can tell you the two that I had to do double swatches on were the @ because it is a very light duochrome. It looks a little darker in the pan. And then I had to do a double swatch on this one here, artificial intelligence. The first swatch, it did not go on well dry with my finger. This one is a little bit patchy. This is system. Let me give that one another swatch and see how it does. It builds up nicely, and I'm hoping with the brush it will do better. Let me apologize for a couple of things, by the way. One, I kind of got a little aggressive. I do shave my arms because I think aesthetically it looks better, but I kind of scraped myself here. So sorry about that. And the other is for the noise. Now, next door to me, they are cutting down trees. They have been for the last 3 days, and it's been like 9-10 hours. I need to film. I haven't filmed the last 2 days, so I apologize in advance for the ridiculous noise. This is the second row, and oh my goodness, look at this first one, which is Bionic. I cannot even believe that color. The next one is Software, Restart, Optics, Display, Insert, and Shell. All of the mattes have been very creamy. I can tell you that this Insert color was dry to the touch and not at all the same texture as the others, but the pigmentation and the application I thought was fabulous. I still can't get over this Bionic color. The next row we have Avatar, which is like buttery, smushy, soft. The next one is Joystick, which I did have to swipe on at least 2 times. The next is Refresh. Escape also has that really, really soft, crumbly texture to it a little bit. The next is Data, Monitor, and Hardware. Hardware also had that drier texture, but again, the pigmentation that it's giving me here is fabulous. The last row is Virtual Reality, Transfer, which again, it has a soft texture, but I had to go in at least twice. Then we have Shortcut, which is this gorgeous green. I mean, but look at this like lime colored green. It's amazing. This one down here is Status, which I want to get to in a minute. Then we have Future, Cyberspace, which is a gorgeous duochrome, and Byte, B-Y-T-E. Now let me just discuss for a minute this gold that I explained. I'm not sure why they chose to put that one as the space bar, because it's not a color that you're going to use enough of. Do you know what I mean? It's a very bold gold color, which is gorgeous. I think they should have chosen to put a matte in that space, in my opinion, because I think it would have been a lot more practical as far as people using up the palette. Overall, I think all of the swatches are pretty decent. A couple of, maybe I'll have to see how they go on my eyes, but some of the colors, that green is absolutely neon. It's unbelievably spectacular. I'm going to have to do a second and third look with this palette to give you guys a real review so I can use all the colors, because there's so many that I do want to use that I don't know what to do. Let's go on to Sephora for a minute and read what they have to say about this palette. So Apparently this palette was inspired by The Working Woman. Now I did want to bring something up that somebody pointed out to me in my Sephora video where I discussed this palette and the collection. They're saying that it is a direct copy of Crayon Case Cosmetics. Now I went onto the website to look for myself, and this collection has pencil brushes and erasers as makeup sponges. The Moschino collection has erasers as makeup sponges and pencils as erasers, and I did see a direct correlation there. There's this whole thing going around about people copying people and the idea. Now, Crayon Case, I can't speak to their quality because I have not used it. Do I feel that a large company should maybe come up with another idea? Yes. Is the idea patented? No. If I was Crayon Case, would I possibly be annoyed? Probably. Let me know your thoughts on that below. Let's keep it civil, please. We have a civil channel here, but I do want to hear your thoughts. You don't have to agree with me, and you don't have to agree with everyone else. Let's just not get mean and insulting in the comments. I can tell you that it is free of parabens, phthalates, and gluten, and it's also cruelty-free, which I'm glad to know. I don't know if Sephora's an entire brand is cruelty-free. I would have to look into that, actually, so that's interesting. Now, it says what else you need to know. Working on your computer takes on a whole new meaning with this chic laptop palette. The palette features 30 shades in matte, satin, and shimmer finishes. The curated collection of high pigmented shades glides on smoothly to highlight, define, and enhance any eye look. The smooth and blendable pigments allow you to achieve seamless transitions and buildable amplified color. Now, what it says here is since 2013, Jeremy Scott, who is the creative director behind Moschino, designs and has created chic, covetable designs and fashion while maintaining his independent spirit. Moschino translates everything its name touches with innovation and innate magnetism that is both playful and positive. This is only his second partnership with Sephora. I thought there was a third one, so I guess the bear was the first one. They say it brings a twist to beauty. Well, it sure does, and some controversy. Now let's get into creating a look with this palette. First, I do want to prime my eyes with my MAC paint stick. Again, thank you, Anya. I love you, girl. The first look that I want to do with this palette, because I've decided I definitely have to do more than one look, I'm going to use this pink section here because it's very hard to make those colors, and I want to see how they work. So I'm taking this shadow here, the pink one, which is called Software. I'm using my new Juvia's Place big old fluffy brush. Very pigmented, very, very smooth. And oh my goodness, this brush is so good. I'm going to take this more muted pink called Optics on another Juvia's Place brush and look at that pigmentation. Wow. And I just accidentally dipped into the bright pink shade next to it, which I didn't want to do yet, but since I did, I'm going to have to replicate that on the other side. That is one bright, well done pink shadow, let me tell you. Using my Morphe M5322, taking that bright pink, which, what are you called? That one's called Display. I really need to be someplace that all I want to hear is the ocean, because the noise is going to drive me to insanity. Going back into that dusty pink for a minute, and I'm just going to blend this lightly, and then I'm going to be blending some more. I'm going to be taking Software, this light pink again, and once again blending very, very lightly above, right above those darker colors. On another on another very small brush, I think this one is my Vasanti brush. I want to take this even deeper pink. It's called Insert, and I'm going to go on the corner. Now the issue is, do I want to take Bionic or do I want to take a pink shade? Decisions. First I'm going to take Refresh, which is this pinky glittery, and I'm going to try that, and then I may just throw Bionic on top of it. Okay, that's on dry. It's not super, I mean, it's pretty. It's not what I was expecting, so I just want to wet my brush for a minute. I'm using my flat shader brush from the Vintage Cosmetics. Lately, I've just been spraying my brush with my Evian water. Very pretty. Let's try on the left. Do you hear the noise? Do you have sympathy for me right now? 3 days, 12 hours a day. Now I have to go into Bionic and see what that, I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me right now? If you did a cut if you did a cut crease with this, it would be spectacular, but I don't know about you, but this girl does not have time for cut creases on the daily. I'm taking Insert, and I'm going to do my lower lash line. With this look, you need a bold bottom lash line. Taking a BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm going back into Insert because I just have to soften up these edges a little bit and make them blend. If you notice, I did not put any glitter glue on my lids. Because I'm so extra, I'm taking a pop of that neon green, and then I'm taking a pop of this, what are you, Bot, which is a very shimmery whitish color. I'm also taking that Bot again and going above my brow bone. And that's very duochrome-y, I didn't even realize. Well, my friends, I'm going to step off camera and finish up this look with all the accoutrements, and I will return shortly. Hello everyone, I am back. I have finished off the rest of my makeup, and I just want to quickly go over everything that I use, and if I'm looking around, it's because I can't find the other two products. For my brows, I am loving this iconic London cushion. I mean, the packaging got filthy, I don't care. I have moved on from using this because sometimes this little tiny brush in here gets a little bit cumbersome. I just use a regular eyeshadow brush, and it actually gives you a softer look than this brush does. This is a little bit firmer. Love this. I am not taking a chance of it drying out. I'm going to use this up as much as I can because I won't be repurchasing it. It is $40. For my liquid liner, I used the, the Cynthia Rowley. Can't read the rest of it. It's actually pretty good. I really like it. It does have a very skinny felt tip. I like it a lot. I've used up so many liners at the same time. I'm throwing out like 3. And then on top of that, I put the NYX Midnight Chaos, the purple eyeliner, glittery. It's spectacular. I layered that on top because I didn't have enough glitter on my eyes. I needed to add something else. I'm using Double Decker Mascara from Butter London. I do like this, but it makes my lashes extremely full and long, but it can clump if you're not careful, so that is just one caveat regarding this. On my waterline, I'm actually using the new Laura Geller that we just got in, I think, our Allure box. It is a purpley color, and even though I broke the tip because it was so soft, I learned how to be cautious, and it has like a little bit of glitter in it. It is right here. It is super pretty, and I'm really enjoying it very much. It looks wonderful with this look. For my bronzer and contour, I use my Smashbox palette, which is so perfect. I use this beautiful Laura Geller blush. See, I did it again. Blush in Tropic Hues. It's a soft pink. It looks very shimmery, but it's really, really not, as you can see on my face. It looks really shimmery, but it goes on so beautifully and just kind of looks pretty. I don't know what's another word for it. For my highlighter, I'm using my Everglow from Nikkietutorials and OFRA. I used a combination of both this one and this one. I don't use this one very much, although for deeper skin tones, goodness, this must be gorgeous. On my lips, because I have so much going on the rest of my face, I just use my buxom gloss. I think this says Stand. Don't quote me on it, but it's really pretty and it's subtle enough. So let me give you my final thoughts on this palette. Remember, it's a $60 palette. It is the essentially collector's because it is limited edition and there is no coming back with this palette. With my 20% off, I got the $12 off, so I did pay $48, which is what I usually pay for a higher end palettes that I have. And so far, I haven't used every color. You saw the colors that I used. So far, I absolutely love it. This is just one look. I wanted to get this one up quickly because I want you guys to see this palette in case you do want to get it. I will do, if you guys want me to, I will do 2 more looks with it, probably using the greens and the golds and then the purples, because you can get so many looks out of this palette. It is just, in my opinion, I'm so glad I got it. It's absolutely worth the money to me. Some may not be able to be affording it, and I totally get that. So I'm just giving you my opinion for the price point with the 20% off. I'm very happy that I personally picked up this palette. It's very special to me. I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. I really, yes, this is a very bold eye look, but that's what I wanted to do today. I can totally create a neutral eye look. There are enough neutrals, browns. I mean, of course you can't see it if I don't come over here. Browns, oranges, you can do anything you want, I think, with this palette. So those are my final thoughts. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts because I value your opinions so very much. I am still catching up on some comments from videos a couple of days ago. If you'll notice, I even caught up on some comments from a month ago. I am trying my best. You know that I am because it means everything to me. I love you guys, and if no one has told you how spectacular you all are today, I'm telling you, your friend here on YouTube, I'm telling you, you're spectacular, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you know that. And whatever part of the world you're in and around, I hope you're having an amazing day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a fabulous week coming up, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.